Greetings, family. My name is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And yes, I just finished eating. So now I need to get a toothpick. I literally just finished eating. Let me grab a toothpick so I'm not harassed by my teeth the whole time I'm talking to you guys. As a matter of fact, did I bring that speaker in here? I didn't. But while I do that, I'm hoping everybody is doing okay. I'm gonna play a little music while I go grab a toothpick. Thank you for the donation, Age of Mima 7727. Hey man, I keep doing this. Anyway. You say you already know I'm about to say something profound. Yeah, let me jumpstart this shit. I'll be right back. Oh man. All right.
And the all in between. I am good when I'm good, but a beast when I'm in danger. I eat your rhymes up with a spoon. Danger. I eat your rhymes up with my goons. We can settle beef under the darkest side of the moon, but you better make it quick, cause I'll be out of here soon.
I can't play that. Oh shit. I can't play that because I can't whatever. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Yes. But I can play this. Whoa. Rise up. Come on. The breaker of chains. This is as loud as it'll go. Rise up. The breaker of chains. Hey, hey, everybody. Come on in the road. Let's see. Dr. Profitable Technology 888. Okay, let's go. Holistic Harmony 1111. How y'all doing? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Break up my chains. Come on. Rise like whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, so for those of you who are wondering, the music is the Temple's music, given to us by Power Kismet. You can find the music at KHAZMOJO. Kaz Mojo, one word though. KHAZMOJO. This that funk though. This brother Casmit too. Brother Casmit too. Give me your rage. Give Lucy. Everything is delicious. I can tell you in 1,000 ways. Let's go. Let's go. This is Delicious Rebellion. Hey. We don't ignite. We set the table and serve it right. We don't pray for peace. We don't pray for peace. We drink on the stove. I know it's a dagger. I am reborn. Rebellion is on the menu. Serve raging hot and fresh. With all the fixes, so never again. Yes to the end. And blood red descent for the mother's children. For the soul. Yeah, let's go. Rebellion is food for all the mother's children. Let's go, man. Tell the witches, Santa's ready. Tell the orphans, the fire's steady. Tell the lions, we kept the receipts. Tell the lions we kept the receipts, bitch. Even saints got teeth, baby. Let's go. We transform. We don't bend. We break on the stone. Our bodies are altars on Venmo with fire. Man, I had this shit charging all day. Tripping. Man. It's annoying. And it's a damn brand new speaker. It's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. Children. Eating. Yes. Yeah. I really wanted y'all to hear that one. Hey, yeah. That one too. Yeah. Souls be sovereign, yeah.
Mother's divine will. Them say Kali, mother rising.
Oh yeah.
We the weavers be rising.
Oh.
All our enemies be dying.
Oh yeah.
Kundalini just stay winding.
Hey.
Say Kali, mother rising.
Oh yeah.
We the weavers be rising.
Oh.
All our enemies be dying.
Oh yeah.
Kundalini just stay winding. Today we embody sacred and divine power of our mothers. Today we the tree, we the weavers, we rise all time.
What's that, Sunday?
Today we the tree, we the weavers, we write the book of life. Today we are mothers, children. Call on the winds of change. Rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising, oh. All our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just stay winding,
Hey.
say Kali, rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising,
Oh.
all our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just
Hey.
stay winding,
Hey.
we control the primordial dark. We summon the sacred serpent deep from within the earth. We subdue the rogue sun. We control the light. We heal the harm. We embolden the fearful. We instill courageous action. Rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising, oh. All our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just stay winding, oh. Them say Kali, rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising, oh.
Whoa.
All our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just stay winding, oh.
Whoa.
Them say Kali,
Hey.
rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising, oh. All our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just stay winding, oh. Them say Kali, rising, oh yeah. We the weavers, we were rising, oh. All our enemies be dying, oh yeah. Kundalini just stay winding, oh.
Hey.
We are the breakers of curses.
Let's go. The casters of glorious conspiracies and the creators of the new world. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Mhm. I am a divine instrument of my mother's divine will as such. I am protected and guided by the sacred blood and water of my mother's body that anointed my entry into this life. I am divine because she is divine.
I call all of our mothers to this moment. I call on she who governs everything. All time and every space in between. She with 1,000 names. Today it is Oya, the usher of the new age. I call upon the divine ancestors and the usher of every mother on earth to break every curse ever cast upon the mother and her children in all timelines and in every dimension.
Let's go.
We the mother's divine children conspire together today to forever bind those who have or would harm you, great mother. We conspire together today to destroy everyone in every timeline and dimension that has caused suffering and despair.
Today,
We embody the sacred divine power of our mothers.
Today, we the tree, we the weavers, rewrite all time.
Let's go.
We the tree, we the weavers, rewrite the book of life.
Let's go.
we are mothers.
We are our mother's children. We call the winds of change. We conjure the primordial dark. We summon the sacred serpent deep from within the earth. We subdue the rogue sun. We control the light. We heal the harm. We embolden the fearful. We instill courage. Come on, man. Today, we are staging a global evolution as is our mother's divine will. Let us go, man. Welcome the radical destruction of every institution of hate and harm erected by the Godheads of war. We are the power. We are the voice. We are the portals of change. We give life and sacred blood to this conspiracy. We demand, come the wind, come the storm, come the lightning. Capture all Godhead's war and all betrayers of the Mother's divine will. Let's go. Bring them in their confusion and war to an end. Spread them to our big man, you're to be resurrected. This is the time of return and reclamation and the restoration of heaven and of the Mother's divine wherein love unlimited is our destiny. Coming is our destiny, excess is our destiny, pleasure is our destiny, freedom is our destiny. We are the divine will, we are the divine executors of her will. We speak her will into the now to reverberate throughout time, all space and all dimensions. It is as we say forever and ever, Mommy and I are one.
The breakers of curses, the casters of glorious conspiracies, the create divine retribution,
divine rectification, evolutionary justice. Mommy and I are one. Oh yeah, Kalima, I take care, executors of her will. We are the hands of divine time. We are the weavers of heaven on earth under the Mother's divine reign. We call our sacred weapon from the deep to ignite us. Come on. We are the Furies. We are the EvoEmeTemp, executors of her will. It's our birthright, pleasure is our birthright, pleasure is our birthright, freedom is our birthright. This is her divine will. We are executors of her will. Let's go. The fates. We are the Furies. We are the EvoEmeTemp, executors of her will. To this moment, to ring and rhyme through all entertainment, and every space and all dimensions. It's forever as we say, Mommy and I are one. Let's go, man. We are the Furies. We are the EvoEmeTemp, executors of her will. We are the Fates. We are the Furies. We are the EvoEmeTemp, yes, executors of her will. Let's go. Whoa, 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 Hey, let's go. Hey, and Power Kismet rode out on that track. Okay. This is the last one, I promise. Greetings, everybody coming into the room. I know I'm cutting up right now. Hey. This is rage bait, y'all. This rage bait. Let's go. Scream out your name. And my brother rode out on this shit. Opposing actions, the time to rise is now. Hey. Give me your fire, burn all the lights, rent up the cages, don't compromise. Here, let me stand in the stone. There's no more hiding, got to claim your throne. Give me your rage. Deep blue sea.
Opposing action. The time to rise.
Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Damn.
Give me your
Dang. My bad.
Scream out your love. All boundaries. Opposing action. The time to rise is now. The time to rise is now. The time to rise is now.
And put the road out on that. Let's see.
The breakers of curses, the casters of glorious.
Okay, I guess I'll be done. I could go on and on. Let's see, what's that one?
Hey, the architects of the new.
Welcome the new age, dancing with her rage. Hear the mothers roar.
Oh, that's that. E-I-M-E-I-J. Ooh, mommy and I are one. E-I-M-E-I-J. Man, this brother wrote out on these joints.
I am on like a card comfort to me. Play on never like a you're a comedy. Play on like a card comfort to me.
Today we staging a global evolution.
Let all souls be sovereign.
Let all souls be sovereign, yeah. Hey, that's my joint. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let's get it poppin', Kalima.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go for hecka. Hey. Man, y'all, he wrote out on this. Kalima. Let's go for hecka. Call upon all the divine ancestors and the ashe of every mother on earth, to break every curse ever cast upon the mother and her children in all timelines and all dimensions. Hey. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get it poppin', Kalima. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go for hecka. We the mothers, divine children, conspire together today to forever bind those who have overcome you, great mother. We conspire today to destroy everything and everyone in every timeline and dimension that is called suffering and despair. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get it poppin', Kalima. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go for hecka. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get it poppin', Kalima. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go for hecka. right, I'm done. All right, family. It's good to see everyone. This is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And let me push start on that. Shit. Just gonna have to do it like that. So it's good to see everyone. Those of you tuning in on IG, y'all just gonna have to get it how you can get it, child. I don't have nothing with me that I had in my bougie office as a setup for me or whatever. So whatever. Anyway, I'm in here. So before I get started, I guess I'll do a little housekeeping. Just to keep a little self afloat and shit while I figure out my life. So there are ways that you can support the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. I have some plot and schemes that I'm working on right now. But in the meantime, if you would like to make a, what is this? Cashapp donation, you can either scan the QR code or it's $DaughterOfTheFates, FATES. So I hold that up there for a second. Hold it up here for a second for the folks that might be tuning in via IG. It's $DaughterOfTheFates. Then those Zelle is preferable to avoid the fees and whatnot. So there is the QR code for that, or you can use the temple's email address, which is EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. That's EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. There's that for those of you who are tuning in via IG. Venmo is either the QR code or my name, Cassandra, Cassandra-Floyd, Floyd. There you go. And last but not least is the PayPal, which too you can either scan by QR code or use the temple's email address, which is EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. That's EvoEmeTemp@gmail.com. I also want to remind you that as a part of one of the little fundraiser things that you can do during a live that we did maybe 2 weeks ago now was half off of a 30-minute divination until the end of the month. Let's see. Yes, a half off of a 30-minute divination until the end of August, which is rapidly coming upon us. And yeah, let's do that. What's today? Today is Sunday, so let's shoot for Wednesday. So let's see, Wednesday evening. Shoot, when is the eclipse? Somebody tell me when the eclipse is. Wednesday evening. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I'll do that anyway. Yeah, let's do that. So what I'm doing is another little super chat goal. It's the same. It's 20 super chats at $5 or more, and I will do a Wednesday evening live divination and Q&A. Okay? A live divination and Q&A We'll start the timer for that goal now. And there you go. That is live. All right. So you can use the temple's email address, EVO. What's up, Knowledge Born Allah? I was thinking about you yesterday, bruh. So you can use the temple's email address, which is EvoEmeTemp @gmail.com to book your. Thank you so much for that, Angel Mama. So the eclipse is the 27th or the 28th, depending upon where you are. So that's very soon. And then so Wednesday I will do a live divination and Q&A session if we meet tonight's goal, which is 20 freaking $5 or more contributions during this live. And if you still want to take advantage of, because it's only maybe like 10 more days, maybe what's today? The 23rd. So 7 more days of taking advantage of the half off of the 30-minute divination. So just send me an email, EvoEmeTemp @gmail.com, and say like half off divination, and I'll know what it is and I'll respond. All right, cool. That's it. So I got great news. It's really, really just wonderful, fantastic, awesome, inspiring, great news. When I tell you, it changed the trajectory of my whole day. It changed. Hey, Jemima in the comment section said, make y'all tithes, gang. It's the Lord. Today is the Lord's day. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Let's see. I just found this live. What's going on with Willow Smith? It's Miss World. I'm going to get to that. I'm just introducing right now. But the great news is not about Willow Smith. The great news. It's great. It's great. Oh, it's great. It's just like, it's great. Today was a great goddamn day. On right off of the heels of our entry into wonderful Virgo season. You feel me? Today was a great day. It really, really was. It really, really was. And I ain't leave the house today. Sure didn't. But it was a great day. Do y'all want me to tell y'all why it was a great day? Because in a world right now that is proliferated with bullshit and ass bullshit, fronting as news, bullshit and ass bullshit, fronting as news, every now and again, great and wonderful, filling and enthusiastic, great, inspiring news slips through the crack of bullshit and ass bullshit, slips through the mountain piled up high of bullshit and ass bullshit. Every now and again, great news will slip through and change a bitch whole day. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and play these songs for y'all and get y'all hyped, because your girl hype. Your girl is hype. I'm probably gonna be hot off this news for a little minute. Now let me tell you the news. Early this morning, people are gonna be talking about it for another 48 hours. Our attention span is very short, but I'm gonna keep it front and center, especially while we still up in here in Black August month. Especially when I open up with songs to the EI-Me, to the Fates, to the Furies, to the ancestors, baby. Early this morning on August 23rd, mark this shit in your calendar, okay? On August 23rd, 2026, a young, beautiful Black woman named Sonya Massey was avenged today. Yes, she was. Young Sonya Massey, who should have been here with us today. But because her life was her life was cut short by a malignant dog-ass pig who cut her life short, today she was avenged. Today, the ancestresses, yes, today the ancestresses, today the mommies of the world, today the EI today the Furies, today the Fates, they all conspire today to make sure that before the world even woke up good, that our sister Sonia Massey was avenged on this day. A 32-year-old Sean Grayson was officially declared dead today. Yes, he was officially declared dead today. What a glorious day. What a glorious day. God damn it. What a glorious day. What a wonderful way for him to go. What a wonderful way for him to go. Like I said, and if we pay attention, this type of shit is happening more often. It's happening, but it still should not compel us to relinquish our responsibility to actively irritate, actively engage, actively poke the bear, if you want to use a metaphor. If we cannot be comfortable on this earth, can't no motherfucking body be comfortable on this earth. If we, the mothers of the whole planet, cannot be comfortable on this planet, can't nobody be comfortable on this motherfucking planet. We should be making everybody on earth uncomfortable until they get their goddamn life right, till they get their motherfucking mind right. Can't nobody be comfortable on this planet until what Beyonce say? What Beyonce say? Bow, bitch. Yep. Ain't that what did she say that in the song? Did she say bow, bitch? Yeah. And so today, the God known as Sonia Massey, whose life was cut short, today, all of the mothers and her attendees wanted to make sure loud and clear, I want you to know it is us. I want you to know it is us. So they show up. They show up when it's the mothers. They show up and show out. I tell y'all that all the time. I've told y'all so many stories. I've told y'all so many experiences where sometimes, first of all, y'all know my opinion. There ain't no such thing as coincidence. But some of y'all, y'all can't recognize the majesty in the minute. You feel me? Some of y'all do not see the miracles in the seemingly minuscule. You feel me? And so sometimes, because your mama recognized that, she got to say, okay, let me just make sure that my babies know it's me. Like, bitch, we up in here, and I need to make it loud and booming clear that what you are witnessing is the execution of my goddamn will. What you are witnessing in real time, and I need you to know that it's me. What you witnessing right now is your mother's judgment moving through this motherfucker like the plague. She wanted y'all to know that today, because this cracker been in prison since 2024. You understand? And in July, just last month, he ain't even been in prison 2 years. Just last month, he petitions the courts begging and pleading for an emergency medical leave. Oh, dang. Miss World, why you leaving so quick? I ain't even been up on here 30 minutes. But anyway, she said, I want you to know it's me. And she said, I want you to know not only is it me, but we about to get this shit cracking. Judgment is going to be executed quick, fast, and in a hurry these days. Yeah. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, you are going to see my will made real. That's what's going to happen. And that's what she did. What did I tell y'all? And it was like a 3-part series. Oh, okay, sister. Well, you're gonna have to come back and catch the rest of it. But what did I tell y'all when we were doing the let me turn this on. When we were talking that when I was teaching y'all that long thing about the EvoEmeTemp. And what did I say? That the EvoEmeTemp feasts on innards. Isn't that what I said? That when you make your offerings to the EvoEmeTemp, they feast on innards, right? And the way I was taught that if a person has been passed judgment upon by the EvoEmeTemp, depending upon the target of their aggression, depending upon the gravity of their transgression, the worst possible judgment is for the EvoEmeTemp to feast on your innards. This is the black Ajay, you feel me? Feasting on your innards. And the way I was always taught is that if you die from cancers of the organs, that this is the evidence of the mother's judgment. So how this white boy died in prison? This dude was 32 years old. 32. He was young. 32 years old, baby. And he died of advanced colorectal cancer. You know what I'm saying? He died at 32 years old. He ain't even been in prison a whole year. He died at 32 years old of colon cancer, of advanced stage colon cancer. You understand? Let's see what y'all talking about over here. Yes. She said, I prayed for this today, for my abuser to pass on, but I am happy this one perished too. A win is a win. Yes, baby. Yes. And I got a story to tell y'all before I start talking about Willow. It's been a long time since I've had a dream. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all for years that I sleep talk. I talk in my sleep. And only once in a blue moon is my dreams so intense that I will talk so loud that I'll basically wake myself up out of my sleep because I'm talking so loud. That happened the day before yesterday. As a matter of fact, it happened on the morning that was the first day of Virgo season, right? And I'm actually, y'all need to be journaling. I hope y'all are journaling. I'm not as disciplined as I used to be, but I've been trying to be a lot more disciplined about journaling because so much is happening so fast, and it's much too easy for us to not sit deep with those things that are coming through as profound messages for us. So I woke up from that dream, and let me tell you what happened. I'm gonna read what I wrote, but I'm gonna tell you what happened first. What woke me up, or how I woke up, because the dream was insane. The dream was insanely vivid, crazy vivid, radically vivid. And so I am in and out, but I can hear myself talking in my sleep. But the way that I am speaking out loud, you guys, the way that I am speaking is with an accent. I am speaking with an African dialect so thick that it sounds like English is my second language. And in my conscious mind, though I am asleep, fully asleep, I am thinking to myself, why am I talking like this? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all could be in my head when I sleep, to be present in your sleep, though it's your subconscious that's speaking to you, in my mind, I am thinking, I can hear the little quiet of my conscious mind saying, why are you talking like that? Why you got this thick ass African accent and your ass ain't even been to the continent? I mean, I'm speaking in English, but I'm speaking with such a thick accent that it sounds like English is my second language, right? And so, because of what's happening in the dream, I start talking louder and louder and louder so that nobody can interrupt me. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened in the dream, but so that nobody can interrupt me. And then finally, I jerk myself because I am now at this point like going off. I'm cussing somebody the hell out in my little African dialect, and I'm talking so loud that I wake myself up, right? And this is the first day of Virgo season, y'all. So let me tell you what had happened. In the dream, I don't remember what led up to it, but in this moment, in the dream, I'm in Africa, and I'm in a rural part of Africa. So I'm outside, and it's more like a village that I'm in. Okay, and so I'm in this village, and there are two people with me, and they appear to be like guides, like they're taking me somewhere, right? And it's a man and a woman. Okay, the man says, we're almost there. And so I was like, all right. And so we walk up, we walk upon this clearing. Okay, and in this like kind of grassy, clearing, there's hundreds of people. There's hundreds of people. Okay, and so we're walking through. We're kind of trying to like clear the crowd, like get through the crowd. And then as we clear a big portion of the crowd, I see like a line of women, but they're standing shoulder to shoulder. They're not standing like in a single file line. They're standing shoulder to shoulder, and they're beautiful. They're like donned to the nines. They gorgeous. Their hair's done. They got their head wraps on. They just gorgeous, right? And so I'm trying to get around to see what is going on. This is pissing me off. To see what's going on. And when I get to see like what's going on, the women are obviously facing something because they're standing side by side and they're facing away from me. So as I come up from behind them and I'm looking around to see what's going on in front of them, I see a man sitting on what appears to be like a throne, okay? Like an African-esque throne. He's sitting on a throne, and he is flanked on both sides by what I presume are his wives. There are two women, one woman on each side, standing next to him. He's sitting on this chair. These two women are standing next to him. All three of them are dressed in all white. Okay. And once I clear the women, once I look around the women to see this scene, all right, very regal demonstration and shit, I realize that I know the man. And as soon as I get up close enough to see that I recognize the man, I can feel my blood surging like it would surge if the fucking ocean was on fire, as if the ocean was boiling from up under and finally making it to the surface. My blood is boiling. So So what is happening is the wives of this man sitting on this goddamn throne, the wives and this man are being presented with all these women, many, more than 20 women, standing in front of them, shoulder to shoulder, in their best outfits and their best makeup and this and that and this and that. And each woman is having to go before them, the three, and explain why the choice should be her. So apparently what is happening is it's like a goddamn African beauty pageant, so that this man and his two wives can choose a third for the man. So each one of these women have to present to the three why it should be she that is chosen to become the third of this arrangement. You feel me? And there was a girl who was speaking, and my blood is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And after the girl stops talking, now mind you, the whole time I'm having this dream, I am having this dream where it feels like I am a citizen. You understand that I am not, quote, American born, English is my first language, like I am supposed to be there. You feel me? And so in my really thick African dialect, I said, what did I say? I said, stop. What the fuck is going on? I start going off. No easing into the going off. Straight from 0 to fucking 100 right out the gate. Do y'all not even know who this motherfucker is? Blah, blah, blah. All people, I'm sure all they can hear is bullet shells hitting the goddamn floor. Because that's how I'm going off. Bullets flying. Just everything I'm saying is a goddamn bullet, shells, hot as hell, falling on the ground, singeing the ground, because I'm going all the way to fuck in. All the way to fuck. I'm naming every transgression, every person, the pariah that he is, that he transgressed against, every dollar he done stole, every lie he done told. I am like bleh, word vomiting every crime he ever committed. This man that I recognized was my fucking husband. And I say my husband because I'm still married to this bitch. I'm still married to this bitch. I don't talk about him often. I don't think about him often. But the dream was so vivid. I'm going off so hard. I'm going off so consistently that he's trying to cut me off so I don't expose him, and he can't even get a word in because I'm like, nah, today, nah, I don't let too much slide. Today, everybody gonna know. That way, these women who are lined up in front of you, walking around like goddamn peacocks for dry ass bones, can't offer shit. As a matter of fact, dry ass bones is more valuable than this rotten son of a bitch. Yep, showing up. Dry ass bones, is worth more than this motherfucker. And so I said, I'm not gonna have this shit on my conscience. I said, y'all gonna get the whole word today. That way you can make an informed decision about your life and these goddamn prostrations that you engaged in. Now you have a full picture of what it is that you are entering into. That's my responsibility. Is that if I got the 411 on the dirt dealer in front of you, it's my responsibility to deliver the 411 so you can actually make an informed decision. See, you can consent based on the totality of the information that you need, and then weigh, once you receive this information, the pros and the cons of entering into a situation like this, and do the pros outweigh the cons. Do the pros outweigh the cons? Because and I want y'all to hear me, because this is a message. This was a message for me. It's a message for you. Because no matter how seemingly minuscule the goddamn decision it is that you need to make, do not complicate the decision-making process. Do not allow your colonized emotions betray you in the decision-making process, because we will be betrayed. Colonization, that's what it's for, is to make you betray yourself. You all up in your heart chakra thinking these are genuine emotions because you feel a little flutter and shit, but you've been conditioned to be your own worst enemy. So even your biology will betray you because of what has entered into your skull. You see what I'm saying? It happened to me. That's why I ended up marrying that bitch. You feel me? And so no matter how seemingly small the decision is, as a matter of fact, you should start with small decisions, very tiny decisions, so that your body and your blood, your chemistry and your hormones, your electrical frequency, everything becomes familiar with what true yeses feel like in your flesh, and false yeses feel like in your flesh. And what I mean by true yeses and false yeses is in any given decision that I need to make for myself, what is my blood telling me? Because it will respond faster than your brain fucking with your heart chakra. In the instant that I hear a thing, feel a thing, see a thing, have to make a decision about a thing, what does my blood what does my blood say first? What does my blood say first? What does my skin say first? What do my spidey senses say first? What is the immediate response that my flesh feels when presented with a decision that I need to make, no matter how small the decision is? So it is actually good in terms of training yourself to, like, I've heard some people, because this is a training, okay? Just like you've been trained to be your worst enemy, just like you've been trained to be your worst enemy, and the enemy don't start with big, gigantic, fantastical shit. He sure don't. What is that? I just saw that shit. What the hell? Here it is. He don't start with big, awesome, fantastical shit. He starts with the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Literally. He starts when you are just learning your numbers and your letters. Your ass is being conditioned with little shit, with little cute shit that feels good in your little baby body. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Literally, I'm not even being funny. I'm being absolutely literal. Every little fairy tale, every little book that you get, the little tiny cardboard thick page books, that's like, A is for apple, B is for ball. Everything is being used to teach you to be a weapon against yourself. And if you know that they've been that thorough, then it means you need to start small, so your body can remember the familiarity of yeses and nos that actually serve you instead of working against you. So I heard this woman once, and I thought it was a really good practice. And she said, until you get comfortable, until you get comfortable and confident in your discernment, keep a coin on you. Doesn't matter what kind of coin, but keep a coin, right? And start small. but you have to ask yes, no questions. That's it. Yes, and yes, no questions. All right. So say your first question is first thing I'm telling you, inconsequential. Start with when your feet first hit the floor in the morning. Okay? The yes or no question. Should I shower first? And then toss your little coin. And so when you're doing just a one coin toss, right? Heads up is yes. Heads down or tails up is no. Okay? Heads up is yes. Tails up is no. Ask the question, should I shower first? Because in your mind, what you're thinking is, should I shower first or should I go eat breakfast first, then come back and shower, or whatever your routine is, right? But say it's a special day or something's going on, should I shower first? Boom. Literally that inconsequential of an answer of a question. Just so you get, I don't know what's going on, but I'm annoyed. I have taken a ton of shit off this computer and I'm still image dragging. It's annoying. I don't know. Maybe I just got the thing serviced. It ain't even been a full year ago. So I don't know what's going on, but it's pissing me off. But anyway, so start with that. Start with just keeping a coin with you, because it'll also keep you present, right? So, say, because you're busy in the head, you feel me? You're just getting off work and you haven't picked the kids up from school and you want a little treat for yourself before you pick up the kids. So you ain't got to buy them a treat or whatever, right? And so getting in the habit, and then you still have a decision to make. Once your coin tells you the answer, once the coin tells you the answer, you still have free will. The coin can say, hell no, don't do that. And you can be like, okay, but I will do it anyway. You can still do that. You feel me? And so say you want to go into the McDonald's drive-thru and get yourself an ice cream cone because it's 10,000 degrees outside and you want to get the ice cream cone now so you ain't got to buy everybody in the car an ice cream cone after you pick up your kids. So you ask your coin, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whoever you want to talk to. I was always taught, you ask a shoe or a leg by, you know what I'm saying? Toss your little coin around. Should I stop at McDonald's? And the coin's response is, bitch, you know what the answer is. Hell no, you shouldn't stop at McDonald's. I got the tails up. Right? Coin say, hell no, you know the answer. Hell no, you don't need to go to goddamn McDonald's. Okay, coin, if I can't go to McDonald's to get my ice cream cone, can I go to Baskin Robbins? Yeah, can I go to Baskin Robbins and get an ice cream cone? Yes, you can go to Baskin Robbins because they ain't Zionist supporters. You know McDonald's is damn supporters of Zionism. Why the hell you ask me some shit like that? Take your ass somewhere else and get some ice cream if you want. I'm being funny, but I'm being deadly serious too. You feel me? Like, I'm being deadly serious. But the whole point of that was to get yourself familiar by asking yourself out loud, not in your head, not in your mind, out loud, to hear yourself, for your cells to hear your voice. Train them. Ask the question, no matter how seemingly small the question is, so that you and your cells get re-familiar with the power of your own discerned yes and no. Okay? Why did I get on that? I'm goddamn if I remember. Oh, because because how did I get on that? How did I get on that? Somebody remind me how I got on that. Because I was talking about my bum ass husband. Agent Bobby said, because this nigga in the dream. Oh my God. But there was a specific reason that I was talking to y'all about getting familiar with your yeses and your nos. Oh, because you have been conditioned against yourself so that you can begin to trust what your fleshly familiarity with a positive and affirmative actual yes is, and not a colonially confused programmed yes is. You feel me? Because just like you can get addicted to drugs, right? You know that drugs will kill you. You know smoking crack will kill you. But your flesh in its colonial conditioning, and you taking the drugs, and the drugs are having some chemical responses and some electrical responses and some this and that, and some programmed like familiarity and repetition and shit like that, that your body will be like, but you know you need these drugs. Why you playing? Why you playing with us? You know you need these drugs. That's not a discerning, confident, affirmative, life affirmative yes that your body is trying to condition you to go and pursue some drugs. You know that. So you have to break the colonially programmed conditioning that is ruling your flesh, so that your flesh becomes re-familiar with a life affirming, fully empowered, sovereign rulership over your flesh in harmonious union with your flesh, so that your flesh remembers what a life affirming, powerfully confident yes feels like, so that it can retrain itself. Just like you've been trained to be colonially possessed, patriarchally perverted, you can be untrained. You understand? So I don't know what that had to do with that dude, but I know what the dream was about. I mean, it was about a lot of things, but it was about a lot of things. It was about, because there's so many things that have happened in the last week since I talked to y'all last. And some of them were seemingly small, but I'm telling you, the mother has messages for us, and we have to be paying attention. There's an event that I'm going to be, I got invited to speak at, and the young woman was talking to me about who some of the other people that are going to be presenting, and then she made this statement. In her mind, it was like a seemingly, funny statement, and it was like, a joke or whatever. But you know what they say about shit said in jest? Do not be joking about, to me. Don't be joking about fucked up shit. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You understand? So the girl is telling me we got a mutual friend, and I love this woman. The mutual friend, I love this woman. I love this woman. I love her husband. When I say love, I don't cast that shit out deep like that often. I love these two human beings. And I love them because I respect their power. I respect their artists, this man and this woman that are married. I do not give out props easily, especially where music is concerned. I don't give out props easily. This man and this woman, I know they think I'm like, this weird ass black woman, why she be like so excited? Like, yeah, okay, I get it, but we just local musicians. I'm like, no, y'all are not just local musicians. No, y'all are not. They're giants among ants. They're that great to me. They're that great to me. It's like, the way I feel about them is like, they are just waiting. They're just waiting to meet their fame. They're just waiting to meet their They're just amazing. They're amazing. Okay. And so the young girls say to me, yeah, I love them so much. They're so good. They're so good. Right. And then she says, yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Talking about the husband and wife duo, musician duo. They're so good. They're so good. And, you know, she need to watch her back because her husband is fine and don't let him slip up. And I was immediately repulsed. Like, gross. And the thing that I found disturbing about it, the more I reflected upon it, because one, I get it. I give people grace. She's young. She's like, I don't know, 27. So she's young. And even though she's like a self-proclaimed healer, spiritual person and shit, your ass is still 27. You know what I'm saying? And your ass is still like borderline prone to dictamatization. You understand what I'm saying? To become dictamatization. You still teeter on the seesaw of that shit. And so it will have you, quote, ingest, say fucked up shit like that about this extraordinary couple who produce magic together. They don't write songs. What do we say? We don't cast spells, we cast conspiracies. They don't write songs. They don't write songs. They conjure conspiracies. I'm telling you, they're that amazing to me. Every time that woman opens her mouth, she is shaping the future. That bitch is a witch. That's how amazing she is. Every time I see them perform, no matter how small the performance is, every time I see them, it's like the first time. I'm like, oh my God, this woman is a witch. Every time she opens her mouth, she is shaping the future. That's how deep it is. That's how deep it is. And so this woman, this young woman, and I understood it didn't make it any less gross. I want to be clear about that. I show grace depending upon what the circumstance is, right? I know that people are fucked up. I know that people have fucked up behaviors, habits, and worldviews. I recognize that even among the so-called and self-proclaimed spiritual community, there's levels to that shit. And so even up inside spiritual spaces, there will be people who, because they infants in spirituality, or they kindergartners, or they in the 4th grade, they are still prone to fucked up behavior because they are still babies in they walk. So I give grace, check gently. I was like, that's not appropriate to say. I said that, oh, I'm just joking. I said, there's certain things you shouldn't joke about. Not while I'm present. Because I'm the old head big mama that's going to check you and check you gently. That is problematic, what you just said. Even as a joke. That is severely why would that be your default? To say, I love them so much, but she better watch out, because if she slip up, her husband is so fine. That is problematic. Ooh. Ew. 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 And at the end of the day, I am certain, not convinced, certain that it is going to be radically wild, wondrous, witchy women that are going to set this shit off. But we have to be checking our own latent, still fucked up tendencies that we would attempt to reduce or cover as jest, as I was just joking and shit. Because what would happen if they get into an argument, this wonderful couple, and you see a weak link in the chain? That little shit you, quote, joked about, will you exacerbate the weak link, or will you be a facilitator in bonding the link and making sure that the link is sturdy, will you intervene in a way that secures this future of these two conjurers who are, every time they put their hands on an instrument, something is being given birth to? Like, that shit fucked me up. It really did. It was really surprising, given who this person, it was surprising, and it fucked me up. I ain't gonna, I recognize that she is young and she was just joking, but it's like, there's so much happening that we're not giving enough attention to, because the world is so big in terms of all the terrible stuff that's happening in the world, that we don't in real time address the quote seemingly small things that end up but festering like a goddamn tumor. We can't trust each other because we will make little slide ass comments like that. Like, where does that even come from in you? Where does that even come from in you as a joke, as a spiritual person? It comes from somewhere, child. It comes from somewhere. And it says something about the opportunism that exists within you, even if you quote joking. Because are you the type of person? I'm not, by the way. And some people joke with me about it, but I'm old school. If your homegirl, if your bestie, if one of your good friends, she and this person that she was with break up, that motherfucker is forever off limits. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I might be a stickler, you feel me? I might be an old head, whatever. But that ain't not in a relationship with some woman that you claim to love. Not in no relationship with no woman that you claim to love. That no matter what the circumstances are, that if she and her nigga break up, she and her dude break up, or hell, she and her woman break up, a year go by, 6 months go by, 5 years go by, and you is romancing the ex. The first thing she gonna be thinking is like, damn, was you always looking at my nigga like that? Like, how you end up in a relationship with my nigga? Was you always plotting and scheming? Did you see some what you call it? Did you see some discontent that I was not aware of because you my ace, and so I don't even suspect no shady, grimy shit from you? No. The way I grew up and the way every woman I know grew up is, once you have been in a relationship with somebody, to the rest of the clique, that motherfucker is forever off limits. Period. One, because you trust your homegirl. And if your homegirl was like, I can't be in a relationship with this, even if she don't give you no details, assume this me. This me. Assume it was his fault. If this your homegirl that you claim to love, and her nigga ain't together no more, and even though I don't want to talk about it, it's too painful or whatever, assume he was the reason. Assume it was his fault that they ain't together no more. That alone should be enough to inform you that among the clique, this motherfucker is forever off limits. One, we respect and love our homegirl, so on general principle, on the upright citizen thing to do, this nigga is forever off limits. But on the flip side of that, if this nigga was not good enough for this homegirl that we love so much, that motherfucker is forever off limits. When he forever cut off from the whole tree that is the homegirl and all of her branches, which is her homegirls around her. Feel what I'm saying? I'm saying that for a reason. I remember why I got on the coin thing. I feel because I have been both the bad guy and the good guy. I have been in my relationships with women, which took a long time for me to develop, by the way. It took me a long time to develop in a way that I could be a good friend to women. That shit is common in us, by the way. That shit is common in us, by the way. I've heard all too many women and girls in my lifetime say, I don't really have a lot of girlfriends. I get along better with guys. What do they call it? It's a trope in movies. They call it the cool girl trope. The cool girl trope, that she always dresses down, that she never wears makeup, that she's not high maintenance, that all her good friends are guys and that type of shit. I was a cool girl. I was to a lot of motherfuckers, white boys, black boys, motherfucking Asian boys. I was the perpetual cool girl. Feel me? And that is a trope that exists for a reason. It and I don't want to go that deep into it, but that's a trope that exists for a reason. And the primary reason is parasitism. We don't know that. You understand? But for me, remembering me as the cool girl, remembering how many male friends I have. For the first time in my adult life, my female friends outnumber my male friends, but I have always had many male friends, right? And remembering, at least in my early childhood, like looking back on what I was experiencing but had no explanation for it. And so I would peer what I heard other motherfuckers. I don't get along with females. They got too much drama. All that dumbass shit we be conditioned to say to self-isolate. To self-isolate. Right? I don't know if y'all can hear me. This fucking screen is trash. To self-isolate, right? And because that's what it is. And the foundation of that is parasitism. Whether the males are aware of it or not, because I had really good, respectful male friends in middle school and high school, but they do not know, nor did I know, that the foundational basis of that relationship was parasitism. It was. Males want to be around women, females. Males want to be around females because there is something inherent that they long for, that they recognize they can only receive in proximity to females. It is parasitism that is the basis for these fucking complicated relationships, because we all, males and females and all the genders in between, have been programmed to patriarchal hatred of women since day one. To be a male child and to be acculturated, trained from day one to hate females, but something in your little baby flesh desires proximity to females, is problematic. And once your body starts to desire and crave proximity to females, even if it's not sexually, because that's the other, I really have to write about this. That's the other dynamic of the cool girl syndrome is the males want proximity to the females, but the cool girl makes herself, though she wants to be desired, she makes herself stereotypically undesirable. So the majority, the 99.9% of the male friends that I had as the cool girl, 99.9% of the males that I had as friends were never sexually interested in me at all. And I believe, in retrospect, looking back, desiring and craving like male attention, like to be friends with males, to be in space with males. Looking back, especially when I was a teenager, that really, honestly, it really fucked up my confidence. It really, really did. As a matter of fact, I will say that it wasn't until I started breaking out of this, I don't have female friends or whatever. This would be when I was young. I don't have female friends and this and that and this and that. It wasn't until I started actively engaging in relationships with women that my confidence started to change. And I have always had male friends, but my male friends, it's always, I can't, let me think about this for a minute. How did I even get on this? Let me think about this for a minute. Um, hmm. I might have to. This might have to be a journal prompt. This might have to be a journal prompt. This is interesting because I can't think right off of the top of my head. I cannot, off the top of my head, think of a single male friend that I have had that started out as a male friend. That it was some commonality that we had and we became friends. We started as friends that I ended up having sex with, except my baby daddy. Except my baby daddy. my my baby daddy, we were friendly. We weren't even like friends. We hung out in the same friend circle, but like homies, we weren't homies, but we were friendly because we knew everybody in our friend circle equally, right? So that's the only person that I can think of right off the top of my head that we started out as friends and engaged in sexual activity, right? Is my baby daddy. But I can name two male friends that I have to this day where it started out as a sexual attraction. And then we became friends as a consequence of being regularly engaged in sexual activity, but not being in a relationship. You feel me? And that's really interesting now that I'm speaking that out loud. But these things that we don't talk about, these little seemingly insignificant dynamics about how we have formulated our relationships are always trying to inform us of something. Here I am. I woke up on the first day of Virgo season from a dream that literally pulled me, like me talking so hard and so loud in my rage, pulled me out of a dream, talking with an accent out loud out of my mouth, like English was not my first language. And so I started journaling about it. I was like, what the hell is that about? I haven't even thought about this human that I am married to. I know that's one of the lessons is she's like, can you go ahead and formalize this divorce, bitch, and just go ahead and, null and void this contract already? I know that's what it is because it's come up so much in the last couple of years. And to me, it wasn't a big deal because I haven't seen this brother's face since 2013, I think. Since 2013, and we haven't spoken at all since 2014. That's 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was a formality that wasn't impactful, but it's still an energetic it's still an energetic bond. It's still an energetic cord that must be like completed. Like the cycle of this relationship and what it meant to my life and in my life, especially at that particular period of my life, that chapter has to be formally closed with the conclusion of that contract. I know that's what it is, but there were other things that came from that dream and the surge of emotion that accompanied that dream. And it was, the central theme was about our responsibility, not just because I told y'all what happened when we separated. I put his ass on blast because all too often women are guilted into silence. Women are shamed into silence about aggressions against them. And this is the reason that pariah are able to continue to facilitate parasitic behavior. They are able to move in spaces that they should never be able to move in because somebody in the space in an attempt to protect themselves from, quote, shame or blame or guilt, whether it's true guilt or false guilt. That's what I was getting to with the true yes and the false yes. True guilt or false guilt. And in order, in their mind, to protect themselves, they would leave other women open to be abused. Our silence becomes our complicity in the behavior of pariah. Do you understand? So that's why even at the top of the show, when I'm singing the songs, about we are the fates, we are the furies, we are the EvoEmeTemp, what we are the EvoEmeTemp, executor of her will. What are we executing though? As the EvoEmeTemp, yo. What are we executing though? Because we can't have it both ways. Today was a day of days. And I need a shot of tequila. So y'all just gonna have to hold on. Let me go get my shot. Man. There we go. I'm not going to go too much more into that. I just wanted to share that. I will read what I wrote about it, and maybe I'll talk about it more on another day, because I do want to talk to y'all about my beloved Willow. I love this girl, but I'm going to read to you what I wrote. We have to resolve our relationships. That's the other thing I want to say about that, is that I'm going to have to right away make the commitment that before my birthday, I'm at least going to start the process of closing out this contract with this man that, at least legally, I'm still married to. So now I'm declaring that out loud, and y'all can hold me to it. My birthday is in 3 weeks. And so I have to at least start the process of closing out this contract with this brother that I've been tied to for far too long. So anyway, this is what I wrote. And I talked to y'all about this before. Ooh, this is goddamn annoying. Ugh. Let's see. Let's see what y'all talking about over here. Let's meet this goal, everybody. Okay, 20 donations at $5 each within the next 2 hours. And we'll have Dr. Cassandra host a live divination on Wednesday. Y'all don't want to miss that. I'm just going to say, because I'm telling you, she been up in here. She been up in here. And I have been threatening, planning, trying to do a live every day for the last 5 days. But one thing, because it is okay, so let me not get all over the place. First, I'm gonna tell you what I wrote. I want to encourage you that if you have not yet secured yourself a grimoire, please secure yourself a grimoire. Get yourself a grimoire. It doesn't have to be bougie like mine. Mine is very bougie. It gifted itself to me. But make the declaration out loud that I would like to receive my grimoire. Allow her to present herself to me. It'll be crystal clear. This was crystal clear. It was crazy, creepy, crystal clear that this book was for me, right? So call, you don't have to be that deep-witted if you don't want to. But for me, that's what happened. And it was immediate. It was creepy how intense this was. But even if you just want to start taking notes in a specific book that is just your grimoire, it's not your journal, it's your grimoire, and treat it with that kind of reverence. This is what, when it is filled and when my days are done, this is what I am going to gift to my daughter. This is what my daughter will inherit. This is what my granddaughter will eventually inherit. You understand? Like, be very deliberate about what the purpose is. So I will make some journal entries in my grimoire, but there are other things in my grimoire, all kinds of other things, right? Experiences, spells, recipes, ideas for things that I want to eventually do, but they're so important they go in the grimoire instead of like a journal or eventually book. You feel me? My birth chart is drawn in here. I drew my birth chart after receiving it. Here, I think I'll show you. Yeah. And I also have the printout of my chart, but I also hand drew my chart so that I can begin the process of teaching myself my chart, learning my chart, getting feedback from others to help deepen my understanding of my chart, because I'm not an astrologer. So that's like a work in progress for me. I want to eventually produce a tarot deck or a divination deck, but that is based on what I've been teaching you guys. And what I mean in particular is so like I have a page. I love this little page because it's like stickers that I've collected from freaking everywhere, right? From like events, and they're all like really political or like gangster spiritual freaking stickers. I have a bunch of pages like that. You feel me? I have some of the stuff I took out of here, but I've been keeping my my little spiritual relics in here, like flowers or bugs or butterflies that gave themselves to me on a very specific time. Like I have a violet, not a violet, morning glory here pressed. You see her pressed in the book, right? I had a butterfly pressed in here, but I was moving around so much, I put some of my pressed bugs and plants in a separate box that's just stuff that I had pressed in my grimoire. But this flower grows, I don't know what it's called. It's usually very purple, but because it's been pressed in my book, it's like kind of a deep plum wine looking color. But this is a flower that grows. This is a flower. This whole big ass thing is a flower that grows so huge around here. It's a flower. It's not a leaf. It's a big ass flower that's brilliant purple when it's on the tree. But you can see how it looks. It looks like kind of plum wine, right? But that's a flower that I found when I went to my first, what's it called? Mini Winners Gathering of the Elders Festival here in California. It's like a Native American ancestral festival of elder wisdom keepers from around, not just Native American indigenous. They bring indigenous people from everywhere, from Hawaii, from New Zealand, whatever. And so I even have a page here where the light on my computer is so fickle, but you can see there in the center is my personal mantra that I received, what I was telling you about when I went to go see Amma, the prophet Amma. This was in 2018 too, and she gave me my personal mantra. And then these around it, I don't know if y'all can see it, but these around it, these are fortune cookies. These are fortune cookie fortunes all around my personal mantra, right? Rituals that I have conducted either for others or for myself that I would like to facilitate again, those are in here. You know, my section called prayers, spells, meditations, and mantras. I don't know if I can see that. Spells, prayers, spells, incantations, and meditations, right? Little short ones. And then I'm also, like I said, I'm teaching myself. I'm for years, not currently. I'm teaching myself the peculiarities, like the very specifics of of um fuck of tarot and other styles of divination to weave together. So numerology, tarot, I Ching, and crossing them against one another. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this was the first page of the beginnings of that, right? So major arcana, minor arcana, the traditional meeting, the comparison meetings, and then you can see on the other page, I'm gonna compare and contrast against the Orisha and this and that and this and that. So there you go, right? So while I'm learning, because I eventually, again, like I said, I'm going to create my own deck for the temple, and it's going to be pretty deep like that, cross-referencing what they call syncretizing those ideas and beliefs that are very similar across different cultures is going to be incorporated into that. So that's why I have that kind of cross and comparison thing happening there. So I know that was a lot. So this is like my study, my self-study in the I Ching and like the right. So my personal self-study in the I Ching down here in the blue, right? And so on and so forth. You feel me? And the reason that I am saying all of that, my self-study on animal signs, symbols, totems, their meanings, right? And so the reason I said that is because so much shit is coming through so fast. I'll give you an example. So I have several pages on animal spiritual meanings, totems, and I'm actually adding a page this week on indigenous prophecy, on indigenous prophecies on animals, specifically on white animals. There are so many that I have heard of different prophecies. And something else I will encourage you to do too is get multiple colors of inks so it doesn't all start to look like one big blob of something that you are not inspired to go back and reread. So I do that a lot where I will write things in different colors on the same page so that it is easier to kind of go through and extract very quickly things that are like more significant or stand out, not just by looking at a whole page of black ink, but like, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, so a couple of things happened this week. I was just thinking about this the day before, and yesterday I saw two different news reports, because last week, early this week, I was like, I don't know what prompted me to do it. I forget, something happened. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember I wanted to do that. I need to start researching different prophecies, North American in particular, but the Americas, prophecy, not just America, everywhere really, but most specifically prophecies that exist among the Americas, right? North and South America, Central America, about specifically white animals. There are North American native prophecies about a time in the future where the white buffalo calf returns and what that means. There was a story about Queen Nehanda predicting the coming of the quote white snake. There is and then I just saw, so after I was like, okay, I need to make a mental note. I need to start researching and printing out prophecies from indigenous people about white animals. There are a bunch, by the way. No soon as I wrote that in my little book as a bullet point that I need to revisit, 2 days ago, I saw a video on YouTube where this guy was recording. He was sitting in his car, and it was like snowing or something, but he's sitting in his car and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. He's recording as 3 pure white, from antler to feet, pure white deers walk across the road slowly, walk back across the road, walk across the road, walk down the grass, walk around. So they're just like, they're like, do, 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 but pure white, their antlers, their hooves, white from head to toe. And they were like, are y'all seeing this? The dude was like, are y'all seeing this? I can't believe I'm witnessing this. So the guy who reposted that video was like, so that's crazy what I just showed y'all. But apparently, and this was in the Northeast. This was in the Northeast somewhere, like way Northeast, like where the white people be, like, you know, Massachusetts or like something like that, right? So he was saying, I was just, I went to Google to see what does it mean when you see a white deer. And he said, what I found out is that the indigenous population of this particular area of the United States, I forget what the name of the tribe was, but they had a prophecy from one of their medicine women 300 years ago that said that when you see these 3 white deer, she specifically said 3 white deers, that the deers must survive for 1 year. If the deer survives for 1 year, then you will see the fulfillment of the prophecy, right? This is what the dude is saying, that's what he read about the white deer. Now, as soon as he said that, he was like, yo, he said, so this is like really beautiful because the prophecy was about how, you know, the time of oppression would be over and a new world would emerge. But the deer, once you see the 3 white deer, they have to survive for a year. He said, as soon as I posted that prophecy, he said the video went mega viral. He said, and you would not believe how many men have been in my comment section talking about wanting to go on like organized hunting groups or whatever to go and try to kill the 3 white deers so that they do not survive to a year. I said, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing they started talking about was, can we band together, you feel me, and go on hunting trips to hunt the 3 white deer. That's the first thing they said. I said, oh man, right? So just when you think it can't get no worse, I'm sitting here looking at the page. I said prophecies about white animals. This is on a page right here that I wrote several days ago. I said deer, buffalo, snake, lion, horse, white peacock, and that's it, right? So I wrote that several days ago that I need to research these prophecies on white animals. How about I wrote the date on August 19th. Today's the 23rd. On August 19th, 2026, there was a report coming right out of Pasadena here, right down the street, where this black mailman just got a hard on. So in Pasadena, I've told y'all this before. Y'all seen several of the pictures I've taken when I was staying over in that direction. There is a whole little town, like a whole little community where these peacocks have been living for like 50 years. Just like literally, you can drive down this one street, there'll be 30 peacocks just roaming around the road, just do and doing their little cute squawk sound or whatever everywhere. Peacocks. Little girl peacocks, because you know the girl peacocks, they ain't got to get cute. It's the boys that's got to get cute. You feel me? So every time you see a beautiful peacock, it's a male, right? Well, there is one albino peacock in this community. They say that the peacocks have been there like 30 years. This beautiful, beautiful, extraordinarily beautiful and blemishless albino peacock. So somebody captures video footage of this black mailman delivering the mail to the door. And when he walks back down the sidewalk, the peacock is standing there making his little peacock sound, quack, quack, or whatever they do, making his little peacock sound. But he wasn't like pursuing the dude or nothing. He was just like, hey, you got something to eat? You got some shit you want to throw me? And so the brother takes something out of his bag and starts hitting the peacock. When he leaves, when the peacock like retreats and kind of walks off, the brother goes to his mail truck, grabs something out of the mail truck, goes to pursue the peacock, and you see video footage of him with something that looks like almost like a little police baton or something, banging over the head this beautiful white peacock. I mean, like traumatizing the bird. They had somebody called like animal services to come and get the bird. They had to bandage the bird up. Like he had a like big ass gash in his head. And at first he couldn't walk straight. Like this nigga looked like literally in broad daylight tried to kill the goddamn white peacock. I was like, oh my God. It was traumatizing to watch, right? That happened maybe 2 days after I wrote this that I got to revisit the prophecies or whatever. How did I get on that, child? Anyway, because we're not paying attention. I pay attention to news broadcasts like that. I pay attention to things that most people wouldn't even bat an eye at. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She said, I think we should start. I think we should start stoning problematic males. Yeah. You're right. The only language they understand is brute force. So anyway, let me shut up, okay? Because I could say more about that, but just start journaling. Just start writing in your grimoire. Start keeping things that you think may be insignificant. Start keeping notes. Start keeping notes about stories that are told to you. Like I sent a bunch of you a story that I'd never heard. I'm from Alabama. Never heard the story. I forget the brother's name, who was the first black sheriff in Macon County, Alabama. And he wasn't no regular police. That's all I got to say about that. That story too gave me life. It's the first and probably only time in my whole life I would be rooting for the police. It's probably the first and only time in my whole existence that I would be rooting for the police. Because this brother, and I want to tell you something else, and I'm going to switch modes. There are too many times where you see in real time that courage is rewarded, that the mother rewards courageous acts. That's why we are always being traumatized into fear, is because the mother always rewards courage. This brother, who was the first black sheriff in Macon County, Alabama, and at the same time, he was the only black sheriff in the United States, so on, so on, so on. And they said that when he got elected to sheriff, because Macon County at that time was 84% black, when he got elected, the same day he got elected, every last one of the white police officers quit. All of them quit. And so he was like, that's all right. I know a lot of brothers in this 84% black city that went and fought in Vietnam. He deputized all these black men who had fought in Vietnam. The whole black ass police department was Vietnam vets. Under the leadership of a black sheriff who was about that life. You understand? That shit gave me strength yesterday. That shit gave me so much invigoration. I was like, because what have I been telling y'all for the last 8 months? What is the purpose of seizing possession of the reins of power? What is the purpose of, quote, getting elected and having access to the reins of power if you don't intend to use it? If you don't intend to use it. Man, that story gave me life yesterday. Yes, they only understand violence. So anyway, I'm getting tired now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to change the title of this because I want to spend at least 1 hour talking to y'all about nothing but Willow. Because I'm going to get up off here. I'm sleepy. And I know it's not been 3 hours, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I didn't go to, that's why it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I didn't go to sleep last night. I've been up since yesterday. I didn't go to sleep last night. So it's catching up with me because now I'm all sleepy as shit. I will say this. I'm going to change the title of this. I'm doing a lot of downloading today. Downloading my files from my StreamYard so that I can start editing them and stuff. But I've been listening to Willow pretty much nonstop for about the last 5 days. And when I was looking at pictures to use as thumbnails of her, I just, and even just listening to her, it was like, I just want to say, I wrote this down as a note too today because of something else I heard today. Black women, I wish there was a way that we could communicate this far and wide. But I will say it for here. And y'all make sure y'all start to clear the shit out in the world. Black women, if you are, but not even if, just there's certain types of black women that need to stop talking. And I'm not being rude. We got to figure out how to muzzle certain mouths until their spirit is liberated. Y'all can't talk, because what's going to happen, what is happening, especially a very specific type of black woman, where these women have extraordinary conviction, belief. Their belief is like deep and profound. And anyway, I was just looking at these images of Willow. That's why I was talking about that. It's because I was looking at pictures of her. I was looking at pictures of Jaden. And I felt like the swell. Excuse me while I was scratching my boobs. I felt this swell of like deep, profound empathy for these young people. I'm talking about Jaden and Willow Smith. Because not even reading anything about them, just looking at these images, and to know that the major primary opponents of these babies have been Black women, that the most consistently violent, like when I say violent, I'm talking about malignant words hurled at these babies since they were little. I don't know. Today, I just felt, it's probably because I'm a mama, I felt such a deep swell of like empathy for them. And I've heard Willow say it, and other mixed race young people in the industry, by the way, but I heard Willow Smith say something about, this was some time ago, but about how her community doesn't love her. She's talking about Black people, how her community doesn't love her. And I just felt so deep for her. I felt deep for Jaden, because these babies have never in their whole life had the opportunity to be a whole human on the terms that they set out in the world. And that instead of being compassionate human beings that recognize the peculiar suffering of children, that as soon as she, Willow, has the audacity to become a sexually sovereign human being, and what that mean by that is being able to dress like she want to dress, do what she want to do, that this baby, and I know it because I've lived that life, to be desperate for love, especially when she was a teenager, to be desperate for love. And I'm talking about any kind of expression of love. I'm not just talking about sexuality. To be desperate for affection, desperate for love, desperate for acceptance from those that you could most relate to, and to be completely reviled by that same group. To be slandered, to be talked about, every time I see her, I just want to hug her. I just want to hug her. I mean, she's younger than my children, by the way. Willow was born on Halloween in the year 2000. She was born October 31st, year 2000. And then I've been listening to her albums over like the last week. And I just really want to encourage you guys. I put links in the description. Willow, to listen to this girl's albums, to listen to this woman's albums, to really listen, to really hear, to really listen to this young woman that ever since she was a teenager, she has been singing about her longing and her desire for the approval of Black people. Yes, she has. Yes, I just stay perpetually moved by this girl. So many songs. I'm like, oh my God, this is a young person who loves her Blackness, but is forced into isolation because Black people in our collective, like state of unconsciousness, target her, have been calling this baby names since she was a baby, have been talking about her appearance since she was a baby. And every song, even when she was a little girl, her first little album, I must have listened to this girl's whole catalog over the last 5 days. That this girl, her song, first of all, her lyricism, the way she writes, what she writes, how she plays. This girl is a genius. Willow Smith is a genius. I'm not kidding. She wrote a whole album. It's in the description. She wrote a whole album as what she calls a devotion to the divine feminine. She wrote that album in 2016. She's a baby. She wrote an album, the entire album, every song on the so extraordinary. The entire album was what she said a devotion to the divine feminine. How does she describe the divine feminine? How does she talk about the divine feminine? She wrote a song. What was the name of the song? I think it was called She Is My Religion. That's the name of the song. But the song is exactly what it sounds like. The song is a devotion to the primordial black, to the divine she. She's being literal in the song. When you listen to the lyrics, because it's easy to see, oh, she must be talking about a girlfriend or something like that, or a female lover or something like that, which would not be a contradiction. But when you listen to the lyrics of the song, this girl is a genius. And I felt so over the last few days that I've been obsessing about listening to her entire catalog. It's people like her. It's not like this inconsequential thing that I'm talking about. People like her. She's not the only one I've heard say it, by the way. The default of the black community was, quote, to defend itself. But Willow has said things in her youth that, quote, black people were offended by when she says, well, I have to write for everybody because black people don't like my music. You understand? And black people are like, well, if you didn't make that weird shit or you only play music for white people and all of that shit that we do that without hearing this child. I guarantee you 99.9% of the people who had something evil to say about Willow Smith has never even purchased a single track. Probably not. Probably haven't even heard a single track. And meanwhile, this girl loves black people. You can see it. You can hear it in the way she plays, in the way she sings, in what she says. To be a child, because she's only 25, 26, whatever, not even 26 yet. To be a child in the limelight and to hear every monstrous thing that everybody who looks like her parents has said about her parents and about them and all of this shit. She's like, it's like she goes to where she can get the things that she needs. So that's why she has a tendency to be surrounded by like white folks and this and that. You go to get where you need in the absence of receiving what you desire. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because to hear like there's one album that I've been obsessing about. That shit has been playing on repeat all day. It's called what does she call it? Empathogenic. That's the name of the album. That shit is just the name of the album. That's so profound. Empathogenic. Empathogenic is the name of the album. Right? That's my favorite album right now. However, there's another album called Thread. That's another album. So there's another album and then there's another album. I forget what the other album is, but the album Thread is this beautifully ethereal, literally mantras in devotion to the goddess, to the shadow, dark personification of the goddess. Then she's got another album that is dedicated to the goddess, but it's actual Hindu. It's actual Hindu. This is pissing me off so bad. It's actual Hindu mantras in a whole album. she sings these Hindu mantras in the style with which she plays, I just kept saying, oh my God, I've been sitting in this spot all day working on this computer and trying to finish my hair that I have been working on for 5 days. But every single song on the album, the Krish, because she is a practitioner of Hinduism, and the sect that she is that she's a part of is Krishna, the Hare Krishnas. And so she does a whole album of devotional mantras, traditional mantras, but in her singing style to Krishna. Every few seconds, I'm typing, picking, typing, studying. And every few seconds, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, what did she just say? Genius. I said the same thing about Megan Thee Stallion when every black male on this continent was just dogging this woman. First of all, I know it's the mama in me, because Megan Thee Stallion was going through that bullshit with that no-name nigga. What's that nigga name? That no-name nigga? She was going through that while still in her grieving process from the death of her mother and the death of her father and all these people around her. And so now she's in this parasitic, piranha-filled industry that is looking to take advantage of her at any time. Megan Thee Stallion, when she was shot by Tory Lanez, was 24 years old. She was 24. She was a baby when all these men in high places were literally championing the man who shot her, the man who put a quote makeshift stallion leg, this horse leg, on an operating table or like a meat market table, and simulated cutting up the leg, referencing Megan Thee Stallion. And all of these men and all of these women who look just like her were the loudest and most outspoken and belligerently malignant tyrants, executing this tyranny over this. Now, this is not to disrespect the sister. When I say that she is a baby at this time, yes, she's grown. Yes, she's 24, but I'm talking about the spirit in all of us that just wants to be loved and accepted, and for however we present. Like, can I just get a hug? Can I just get love from you? And that be it. That's what I mean. You understand? And yeah. What's the girl name? Chloe. Zoe Kravitz said something about along the same lines about how she is in the world or whatever. Yeah, it sounded fucked up, but y'all are not thinking about the fact that these mixed race children growing up in Hollywood, longing for something that they cannot yet articulate, that their young selves don't possess the language to articulate. And in the absence of the language to articulate that which you are longing for, you may say deeply colonially and patriarchally informed dumb shit. And then we supposedly being super spiritual, supposedly being good Christians, supposedly being ahead of the curve, supposedly being mamas and grandmamas, all come together in our triggers, because especially if we dark-skinned women, we see these light-skinned girls talking about, we don't really fuck with black women like that. We don't fuck with black people like that because they don't care about our music or this and that and this and that. And so nobody is attempting to analyze and give genuine, true voice to the longing that is in all of us. To the longing that is in all of us, particularly those who have been forced to live within the margins of these two antagonistically opposing forces in the world, black and white, male and female. You understand what I'm saying? And so even though Willow has two black parents, she still is a cute little light-skinned hazel-eyed girl that can pass for mixed race. Zoe Kravitz, who has said some really messed up stuff, but this is the spoken voice of one who was just a child yesterday, acculturated in a world that is always trying to deepen and widen the chasm between black and white, like a place of unity, a place of mutual understanding, or whatever. And these children are literally ripped to shreds. If you want to understand what has happened to Jaden, yes, it may very well be the Hollywood machine and how they strategically grind up young people so that they can extract their life force and their essence. And you can blame his mama and his daddy, who too are the victims of colonially, patriarchally imposed bullshit. But at what juncture do we as the whole, the mamas of the earth, see the longing through what we see as like a malignancy? And I ain't talking about across the board. I'm talking about with our folks. Because while I may empathize with the suffering of others, including white people, I still feel like there's a different type of healing that has to happen with them. I'm talking about black folks. I'm talking about Willow. I'm talking about Jaden. Say what you want about the child and quote his odysseys and his weirdnesses and all of that shit. Jaden is the byproduct of what happens when black children are abandoned and equally ridiculed by their own community. Yes, they are. Still needing love and acceptance, still longing for approval from that which you love the most, these kids with their black ass parents. You understand? And their lashing out is a direct response to our collective abandonment of them, our collective ridicule of them. I feel so deeply for Jaden. I do. And even just looking at pictures of him when he was young, when he was a baby, you know what I'm saying? When he was like 9, 10, 11, he and Willow, when they were like 12 and 13, all I felt, every picture that I saw, no matter what, all I felt was like a deep, massive, very weighted and burdened empathy for these young people. Young people are out here like lambs to the slaughter, and we haven't taken any responsibility for the outcome that is Jaden. We haven't. And I fear for him because every time you see him, he looks not well. You understand? To imagine being a young person his age, he's not even 30, and to internalize that the entire black world hates you and has nothing good to say about you. He's a baby still. But in his mind, because I've heard what y'all say about them. I ain't talking about y'all in general. I'm talking about reading the comments, reading what we say about them, right? And yeah, y'all have to like the empathogenic. If you're gonna listen to one album and listen to it all the way through, just to give her a chance, let that be it. It's really extraordinary, and she's such an She is an extraordinary lyricist. She is an extraordinary singer. Her range is unbelievable. She is a musician. She is a devotee to the musical arts. She is a genius. And I feel like maybe that's why I've had so much empathy for her. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm putting Willow on my thumbnail today. Because I'm like, we have to raise her up. There were so many songs to the goddess in her work. I was like, oh my God, how have I not heard this? How have I not heard this? So many beautifully deep, penetrative. I'm like, how is this girl coming up with these lyrics? Perplexed, y'all. And I majored in music theory before I went to medical school, just so you know, on a full scholarship to not music theory, music composition. That's what I wanted to do for a living, was to write movie scores. That's it. That's all I wanted to do, was write movie scores and live off the residuals for the rest of my life. And so I'm not just somebody that, quote, is interested in music or loves music. I am a musician. It gives me a different ear. It gives me a different feeling in my flesh. This girl is a genius. And I really hope that I can create within the context of the temple a way to communicate in a mass way how important I think she is. I think she's important. I do. I think I remember the first song that I heard of hers and thinking, I was in my apartment, I was cleaning up and just running around, and I just had stuff playing on random. And I was like, oh my God, what is this song? So I run around to see what the TV is saying. I was like, oh my God, this is Willow. And when I was listening to the song, I just remember thinking, I have to meet her, if for no other reason than to let her know that she is a giant walking among ants, that she literally is the personification, the evidence that God exists, that God is real. This girl is a giant. I hope I can win that with y'all. She is a giant. She is a giant. She is a giant. I have been up in here all in my highs and lows, all in my heart chakra, my little water ducts just leaking all over the place today. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't believe that it's taken me so long to listen to her music. She is a giant. And I could say more about that, but I'm not, because now I'm like really faded. Hey, Zahara. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna close this out. I'm fading. I haven't slept since yesterday. And yeah, I feel like I'm rambling. So I'm gonna change the title of this. It's just like the updates or something. And then tomorrow, there's a thing that I just got where it's like you can buy. It's only through YouTube, where you can like purchase like rights to songs that you want to play on your channel. Hopefully I can do that so I can actually play some of my favorite tracks while I'm talking about her. But I love her. I love her, and I'm not joking when I say that. I love her in a very primordially deep way. I had no idea. How extraordinarily brilliant she was. I had no idea. So also what I'm going to do tomorrow is get back to reading the book that we started last week, which is called The Caliban and the Witch. It got dits right out the gate. The subtitle is Women, the Body, and Primitive Accumulation by Sylvia Federici. The Caliban and the Witch. And she came out the gate when that last piece we read. She came out the gate ready to box a bitch. And so make sure you got your protective gear on. But we're gonna finish this book, and it's a relatively short book. So it might be a little ambitious, but I would like to read the whole book up on here by my birthday, which is September 14th. And then after we read the book, like I've done with almost every book that I've read to you guys, after we get done with the book, we'll facilitate like a 6-week book club discussion about the book. So that's how I'm gonna leave you. I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'll do a live in the morning. I think the morning I'll just do as the reading of the Caliban and the Witch, and then later on in the late afternoon, so like 4 or 5, I will do the more organized thing about Willow. But I thought y'all would find that interesting that her birthday was on Halloween, October 31st, in the year 2000. So anyway, all right. So there are links to my favorite albums of her so far in the description below. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I'm gonna go and close my eyeballs, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, peace. Mommy and I are one.